Here is the magazine cover planning sheet. You're going to use this sheet not only to figure out what you want to do for your magazine and flesh out who your audience is, your ideas for your photos, your ideas for your magazine articles. You're also going to use this in your screencast, and you'll be showing this off to me. So to begin with, type in your name at the top and then read through the instructions. This part is having you decide on what your topic is going to be. So you're going to start first by listing off 3 to 4 things that you're really interested in, that you're knowledgeable on, and that you believe you can find photos to use related to that. This is important because you're going to be using this magazine topic as the same topic later on when we create the InDesign spreads on a future project. So when you create your 4-page magazine article, it's going to come from this magazine that you're creating now. So you need to make sure that you enjoy the topic, that you have access to information and photos for this, or you're going to struggle. So start first with listing off 3 to 4 things that you're really interested in and knowledgeable on, and why you're interested in those. Dig deep. What is it specifically about those that interest you? Then what you're going to do is you're going to choose one of those topics, and you're going to choose that one as your topic for the magazine. So you need to whittle it down to that one topic and explain to me, why are you choosing that one? What's the reason? I'm kind of curious as to what your thought process was. There's not a right or wrong. I just want to know what you're thinking. Then I really want you to spend time with this. And this is a part that a lot of students struggle with. You need to really clearly define who your target audience is. What I mean by that is, who's the average person that's going to be reading this, and why would they be interested in reading this? So the more you can kind of picture in your head by writing down, who is this person? How old are they? What's their education level? Why are they interested in this? Where do they live? What kind of economic background are they coming from? That kind of thing is going to be super helpful for you to make design choices quickly, because everything's going to be focused on your audience. Who are you designing for? And it's not just you. You could be part of that audience, but you need to really clearly define who that audience is. Then what you'll do is you'll find 4 or 5 magazines that already exist specifically in that same genre, that same topic. And then what you'll do is you will do screenshots of just the mastheads, and you'll post those to your Pinterest board. So I did mine right up here. I was choosing Music Magazine. I actually did twice. I need to put the other one in there. So you're going to put those in there. I have a separate video that shows you how to do the screencast not screencast, but the screen capture for just that top portion. So you'll watch that one after this. After you've pinned that to your Pinterest board, you'll come up with 7 to 10 different names that you could use for your magazine. I recommend don't make them too long, so that you have enough room to be able to make them large enough to fit that 8.5-inch width. Now, go a little deeper than just, like Music Magazine or Rock Magazine. It's like you really want to try to dig a little bit deeper, so you have something that's got a little bit more of a kind of a cool, catchy kind of feel to it. Something that maybe only people that are into that particular thing would really, truly understand. Then you're going to come up with 3 or 4 possible images that you think you might be able to use for the main cover. Now you're going to explain, why do you think those images are going to be appropriate for your audience? And then what article is going to be connected to that particular photo or that particular graphic that you're going to create? And then what are you going to do to Photoshop it to really show off your photoshopping skills? Remember, that is part of the project, is showing off your photoshopping skills. So you're going to come up with 3 to 4 different images, article titles for each of those different images, and Photoshop ideas. Even though we're only going to end up using one, I'd rather have you have a couple options to choose from, because sometimes your first idea isn't always your best. That is what you're going to do for the magazine cover planning sheet. Once you're finished with that, you will turn that in here. Make sure that it's listed as public, so I don't have to contact you and have you unlock it. And then you'll keep that open, because you're going to use that when you record your screencast. And there's instructions right here on what you're going to include in your screencast.